You're listening to the Unbelievers podcast.
There were several groups. One of the principal ones was the reptilians from the Orion complex.
Without any exaggeration, it was like being on fire inside.
Rats were in the inside.
This stuff was in my mouth. It felt like it was 500 pounds. It was unbelievably hot.
My first question would be, were you a member of the Church of Satan, a card-carrying member of the Church of Satan?
I don't understand.
There's always an argument for everything. You know, just because somebody can fake something doesn't necessarily mean it's full war, and we found a life form. And that's when I started shitting my pants.
So for the person who called, I am carrying an alien.
An alien baby, and we cover it right here, okay?
Okay.
Something is happening. What is it? That's the question. So do UFOs exist? It depends on what you mean exist.
In 1993, a strange craft in a ring of fire appeared in a field owned by a Canadian woman named Diane Labenak. This UFO occurrence sparked an unusual series of events involving someone named Guardian and an expert of 12 years. It was a mystery, an unsolved mystery. Tonight, join us as we talk about Guardian and the greatest paranormal, unbelievable, mysterious, and definitely not the news show of all time, Unsolved Mysteries. So pay close attention, examine the evidence, match some fingerprints, because perhaps you may be able to help solve a mystery. Right here on the program, where you continue to learn to unlearn everything you know. Hello and welcome to the Unbelievers podcast. I'm your host, Russ Ryan, and tonight I'm joined by my co-host in California, Drea Mora. Hello, Drea.
Hello.
And our soundboard engineer and producer on Long Island, Rob Oakey.
ETs.
ETs.
Extraterrestrial.
Indeed.
Indeed.
What's up, guys?
Hey,
Hey,
how you
Rob.
doing, Rob?
How's it going?
Good. Feeling great after the all the UFO stuff we talked last week. But I kind of want to go back to. I gotta ask you guys, what is your favorite paranormal show? Just the older, newer one. Drea, do you even have a favorite like paranormal like mix-up show?
Well, I think the thing that mostly jumped in my head right now, because I just rewatched it again, is probably going to be Roswell. Just every few years, I go and rewatch the first season again.
Oh, so she's going with drama. Like I was expecting like a.
What do you think she's gonna say? Like In Search of? Like
yeah, something like that. But she's hitting us with a real left field there.
It's just because I never really got control of the TV very often when I was growing up. So I know that there were other shows that we would watch, but I mostly got to watch those ones like around Halloween that were paranormal, like ghost related. So yeah, but Roswell, that was I watched that at my friend's house. So
that's cool. And I don't think I ever watched it. Maybe I'll have to give it a watch one day. What about you, Rob? You got any favorite paranormal shows all time?
Well, I will admit, I spent a long time binge watching Ghost Adventures, going through episodes of Ghost Adventures. I watched from the beginning. I remember I watched the documentary that got them their deal. And I watched like the first couple seasons. I watched all the episodes, and I slowly saw what it became. I used to like put it on at night when I would go to sleep and like fall asleep watching random episodes of Ghost Adventures.
It's like you're just dreaming of him.
Eventually, it became. I got more into Forensic Files, going to sleep to Forensic Files, which is a whole different. Nice. It's like a whole different problem. I feel like
problem.
Yeah, going to sleep to like murder stuff. I feel like is probably not good for your brain, but
problematic.
Whatever.
Yeah, I can see that.
But I mean, I used to love those Ghost Adventures episodes, and that would be one of my favorites.
But if you're listening to this right now as you're trying to go to sleep, you're doing all right. It's better than Forensic Files. But
you're just gonna have weird sex dreams, I'm sure.
Yeah. But my favorite one is, I just can't believe that we have never ever talked about it on the show. So I'm not even going to say it. Let's just get into this week's show we're going to feature.
haunting. So haunting. Yeah, the music's a dead giveaway to what we're talking about tonight, right?
Hell yeah. I got excited.
You should.
One of the best.
We've talked and done episodes around a lot of these great paranormal themed shows like In Search of and Monster Quest. Sightings, even? We might have done Sightings. All the greats. But we've never done my favorite, and one of the reasons I love the mystery so much, Unsolved Mysteries.
Hell yeah.
Just the best. And look, for those... It is, and I'm going to give the stats on it, some hard stats for those who aren't aware. Unsolved Mysteries is a 1988 to 2005 TV series that asked the public for help in unsolved crimes, catching lost fugitives, and finding lost people. Originating on NBC as a series of 7 specials. See, just like Ghost Adventures, it started as specials. It became an instant hit. It was first hosted by Perry Mason star Raymond Burr. Did you guys know that?
No.
Raymond Burr hosted when it was just a one-shot TV documentary. And there were 2 more by Streets of San Francisco star Carl Malden. And the final 4 by the untouchable star Robert Stack, our guy.
Yes.
There we go.
I've seen an action figure of him.
Of Robert Stack? I want one.
I'll send you a link. Yeah, it's by this guy who makes a bunch of really great action figures on his own and of things like that. Yeah, it's really good stuff. I'll send you guys a link.
Oh man,
sweet.
I want one.
So going on, look, it became a regular series in '88, and during its 15-year run, the cases consisted of ghost stories, mysterious legends, lost treasures. It possibly paved the way for other crime reality shows such as America's Most Wanted and Forensic Files, Rob, even sharing a few cases in common with those shows. During its run, it covered 4 to 5 segments each episode, running updates on segments and repeats. It solved and found answers in at least 20 to 25% of their featured cases. That is about 300 to 350 cases solved out of about 1,200. Not bad.
That's not bad. Just honestly, getting one of them solved that's something really good. That's a good thing.
Well, I mean, the show's called Unsolved Mysteries, so they don't really have anything to live up to. Like, they can just leave it hanging if they really want. They're just like, no, it's unsolved.
They don't.
Yeah,
they follow up, and
that's what's good about it.
That was one of the great things about it. When you would see an update and it was a story you remembered, you'd be like, "Holy crap! They caught that guy. Good job, Robert Stack." And not that he actually did it, but
Linda. Good.
Yes. But unfortunately, it was canceled in 1997, but then it ran one more season on CBS. It then ran on Lifetime from 2000 to 2002. Then the older edition was all dead. In 2008, a new version hosted by Dennis Farina had a limited run on Spike TV before moving back to Lifetime. So
what the fuck is that?
There's a bizarro version of Unsolved Mysteries, and we're going to actually touch on later. It's hosted by Dennis Farina. Whenever I hear Dennis Farina, I always think it's Dennis Franz, like that guy who's like from NYPD Blue. He like showed his ass, like the grass man or something.
The fat
cop? It's not him. It's Dennis Farina. They're almost the same guy. They look like that just New York cop guy.
Oh, I know that guy.
Sure, we all do.
They look like Carl from Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
No, that guy looks like he owns a strip club. Carl.
I love Carl. Sorry,
I bet you do.
It's fine. The mystery we're going to be talking about today, this is my favorite UFO story from Unsolved Mysteries. This story, to me, this had everything that my young mind wanted in a UFO story. I was totally hooked after this. So we're going to get into it now. This thing is called the Guardian Ufo Case, and this kind of was my like McPherson tapes of the time. Like, I saw this, I completely bought in and never heard anything about it again. But let's just get the intro so we can hear the story from the man himself.
This program is about unsolved mysteries. Whenever possible, the actual family members and police officials have participated in recreating the events. What you are about to see is not a news broadcast.
In a rural area of Canada, a woman claimed to see unusual red flames and an extraordinary flying object landing in a field behind her house. 6 months later, this remarkable videotape, broadcast tonight for the first time on network television, seemed to verify her account. Could it be evidence of a close encounter or a clever, sophisticated hoax?
Robert Stack's awesome. That was great.
Yeah, it's a classic.
Yes. Takes me right back.
It does. So that's the setup. I forgot about the little warning they did. Yo, this is not a news show. This is just Unsolved Mysteries.
It's just about mysteries that haven't been solved yet.
Yeah, don't take it too seriously. But
Who ever watched Unsolved Mysteries and was like, oh, yes, I'm going to sit down and watch the news, and then they just watched that and, like, who did that?
It
why
does
did
look
they
like
have to
the
make
news.
that?
He's wearing a trench coat all the time. It's the news. This was my news. I must have missed that beginning. I was getting a popcorn ready.
He's always in, like, a dark alleyway or, like, a dark warehouse.
Yeah, like the news.
That's where the news is filmed?
I don't know. I guess
Yeah,
you're Gotham City or something.
Yeah.
It was always so intimidating to me.
He gave us a setup. This is as he said, remarkable UFO event from Canada. Now, I'll shut up and we can hear the rest from the Master Robert Stack, and we're going to meet the woman at the center of this, Diane Labenek. We're back.
The Canadian township of West Carleton lies 40 miles north of the Canadian-United States border in the province of Ontario. Life in West Carleton is usually unremarkable, but late in 1991, one resident had an extraordinary experience. On August 18th at around 10 p.m., Diane Labenek had just put her children to bed. Her husband was out running an errand when the dogs began to howl.
I walked right to the window and I saw flames right on the back of the field. Extremely red flames and lots of smoke. It didn't look like a fire. I know what a fire looks like when you start a fire out there, and the grass was very dry, so if you start a fire, you will see it moving, whether this way or closer to the woods, and the fire was standing on one spot only.
Yeah, she sees fire, but it just sits there. It's pretty great so far, right?
Yeah, sure. She saw fire. This is
you
great.
You guys are on the edge of your seats, right? Do you ever see fire? Just
no,
sitting
never.
there?
I've never seen fire in my life.
I've never looked out the window and just seen, like, random fire happening.
I mean, actually, I did, but it turns out I was tripping on shrooms.
But you do know fire when you see it.
Yes.
Generally.
Okay. But somehow... Oh, and that was a great clip in there. I don't know, play soundboard 1. We don't have to keep it, but I just had to add it. Let's hear it.
Unremarkable.
No fire.
That's great. That's going to be like the counterweight to P.P. Warren's Remarkable.
Yeah, it might have to be.
Just unremarkable.
Unremarkable.
Yeah, just Robert Stack putting you in your place going, that looks...
Unremarkable.
That would really hurt my feelings if he said that to me. Please don't
How's
don't
it
keep
look,
that on the
Robert
soundboard.
Stack? What you think, baby?
Unremarkable.
Oh.
Wish I had more hands so I could give more thumbs down.
But then right after that, P.P. Warren's like...
And some of the footage is remarkable.
And then Stack is like, no.
Unremarkable.
Yeah, and then the
Just
guy
go
says,
back and forth.
there's
Just
rods
go back
on your
and forth.
tapes. We're just going to have a whole episode. It's just all these sound clips talking to each other.
Yeah, and then Dave Schrader was like...
Yeah, that's remarkable. Again, EVP.
And Robert Stack just, again, hit him with...
Unremarkable.
Sorry.
See, you guys, I can tell you guys are hooked, but if everyone else, if you're not hooked yet, it gets even better than fire. Tell them, Diane.
I saw a ship coming down close to the flames. Right on top of the ship, I saw a blue flashing light. And another light was on the bottom, very bright. I didn't know what to do. I was looking at it for about 10 minutes or so.
Damn.
And then the ship went a little bit back over the trees, and it disappeared. And I saw all the flames turn out at the same time. I don't think I'd like to see it again. It's very scary. I live here for many, many years, and I have never been so scared in my life. It did enter my mind to phone the police. When this was all over, I came to the telephone, but I said, what am I going to tell them? I'm going to tell them I have seen flares out there at 10 o'clock or past 10 o'clock at night, and there was a ship up there. Who is going to say, okay, Diane, that's fine, we're coming over? So I that's why I didn't call.
I'd say that. Come on. But
Okay,
hey,
Diane, it's fine. We're coming over.
Look,
who's going to say, okay, I'm coming over? No one's going to do that.
Look, you see, this got better. There was a ship there, and she saw it for 10 minutes, and they played that great music underneath. That music's the best. I don't know why. I just give you a little isolated clip of it. Play soundboard, too, to hear just the level of music that Unsolved Mysteries would bring. No.
Oh, man. It's a really good harp player. He's killing it.